Good morning, it is Phoenix Amore. So now, as I continue to record the videos, right, and articulate verbally what it is that I'm saying, the more and more you see all the unnecessary drama that comes when people don't take the time to shut up and actually listen to what people are saying. Because, and I had to go back and reiterate to people, where a lot of this came from is when the gay boy sent my son the naked selfie. And I'm like, that's not okay. Now, all this stuff where they try to turn you anti something just because you say in that situation I didn't find that wasn't okay. Now, because you have some drama parents, right? And this is something that I have to say, and I'm going to be very point blank to people. I'm noticing a lot of my foreign clients take a little bit more time to listen to what I'm saying as opposed to some of the American clients. And I feel it's because of the whole tension that's been created on this has been created on this political platform, that it's basically messed up everything to where people just don't listen. They just want to fight the drama, even when somebody's articulate and comes across so no antagonistic, hostile, whatever you want to call it. That has been what people have been turned into, and the thing is they now think it's a joke. So you've added all these weird elements to where people's mindsets are really jacked up. So basically what I told the client yesterday, who happens to be from the UK, right? I'm like, you know what? And I've been reading for gay, lesbian. I told you guys, this is the irony about all this, is a lot of people before some of this stuff got so politicized had kind of neutral views on certain topics. It's when you try to bully people to see everything your way that you're going to run into problems, especially in the United States, right? Because you guys need to pay attention. The Obama administration even tried to take over some aspect of private college. So it's everything that they try to just grab and take control over, from lunches to private education. That's some crazy crap. And if you're not paying attention to it, you're not understanding that they were trying to turn this democracy, Republican democracy, everybody a Republic democracy. There's different terms for it, but the whole point is still some sort of freedom of choice. That administration, if you're not paying attention, you didn't get how far they were trying to power grab. So this is not a color thing. Trust me when I say it's really on that spiritual plane. Even God himself, as I try to explain to people, is like, these people need to chill. So only when you understand how much dirt is on most politicians' hands, period, do you understand where it's like, how does this one or two people try to still sound so sanctimonious, and we're still little by little more and more seeing where we're going, what the hell was going on? You guys weren't paying attention. So when I was talking to this client, if you remember, there was 2 and 3 years of reality shows where people were actually faking being lesbian or faking being gay or kissing a girl to get the ratings, to put more money in their pocket. Ratings, if you understand what that's about, guess what? That network gets more money for commercials in between the breaks and all that kind of stuff. So understand how crazy it got, where you even had some gay and lesbian people calling them out on the reality shows, fake reality shows. Like that kiss, you could tell those two women are not even lesbian. Well, here's the problem. You have these kids watching these reality shows and they start going, I wonder if I'm lesbian or gay. All right, so we got some kind of issue right there in itself. Now, guess what government comes in and do, because they're trying to be so self-righteous, right? This is where I tried to break it down about my own son, understand the battle that I had with him. This is a topic that's very close to home, because of the fact you do have some medication, some psychotropic medications that do alter people's minds and how they behave and all that kind of stuff. So the battle that I had was more about that too. I'm like, you don't know if that's affecting him hormonally, however you want to say it. That's very, very real. And again, I have to say, the woman who worked for that company, for that pharmaceutical company, called me personally, happened to be a client at the time, and said, please tell your ex to get him off that, because she knew. Now, of course, I never revealed her name. I didn't need to, because the point was she cared enough to say that to me, regardless of her working for the company that sold that drug. That's her knowing, right, inside track or whatever. Girl, tell him to get him off. So if I have that kind of information, I'm not going to be nice when you don't pay me some mind for a while, because the stupid psychiatrist who doesn't have that same inside information wants to be stubborn right along with you. So naturally what happens again is people like to paint me as a bully or somebody who's pushy. You damn right I got pushy, because that's still my son. And I got pushy enough because I had the inside track on the drug. So understand, there's certain situations where you'll see me pull that strength down and be like, this shit right here is going to stop. So understanding what I was saying about the reality shows is the fact that now you have these kids watching it, but it was fake. But the kids they don't have enough discernment to say that was fake. So now they're experimenting sexually. So now they may think they're a boy. So now you have government saying, if your child thinks they're a boy, then go ahead and let her get the surgery, or vice versa, let him get the surgery. So now you got parents pissed off because there's a lot of grounded parents going, don't they see how they've created such a hot mess? No, they don't, because they want to sound so self-righteous. They don't half the time. They just like to feel like this knight in shining armor, and half the time they don't really understand what's going on, or really they're not taking the time to listen. So now you've created this fake protective wall over these same people who go, oh, they're just haters because, hey, I made X amount of money in a few minutes. That's great. Do you know how many people you jacked up psychologically with your little fake reality show? We doubt you really care. So now if you have people coming at you strong, like you didn't care all that time when you were affecting all these people, don't call them a hater. Call them finally fed up to say, where do we even get to draw the line? My suggestion, and my friend started laughing because she was like, no, you're right. I said, you need to find these fools. If you're not going to censor them, that's one thing. But if they're on these shows faking like they're lesbian or gay or however you want to say it, and you come to later find out that it was fake, find them a huge percentage of whatever they earned and subpoena that. Okay, how much did you earn from being fake on that show and saying that? We're going to fine you. That's how you trump all this BS. But now, this is where God steps in, and now you get the publicity about the reality shows where it's a hot mess, right? Because you're pushing that sex sales. Now you have these reality shows really having issues because people are like, no, this has gotten out of hand. You have the one show, Bachelor show, whatever. All this had to happen. But what also has to happen is people can't keep pretending. When I talk about atonement, it's not, oh, let's hide everything and then keep pointing fingers and acting sanctimonious and doing speeches. It doesn't work like that. So understand when I'm saying, and when somebody said so-and-so is like he picked a fight with God, he did. I was not joking about that. And so for the pretending to keep happening, most people have the humility to them where they're like, I did a whole lot of crazy, messed up crap. Maybe I should be quiet for a while and really self-reflect. Not them. This is where I'm telling you on the spiritual plane, when God gets fed up with somebody, it's like you're going to keep on trying to pretend like none of this is happening. When I talk about tradition, this same client, I said, listen, I was doing a reading for her and I got a king and a queen in the spread, and she said, does that always have to mean male and female? I said, no, it can be somebody masculine. It could be a gay couple. And one would come up as a man and a woman just because of the energy, the more masculine, the more feminine. So we got into that conversation about that. That's all the stuff I know as a professional reader with real spiritual gifts that a lot of people don't know. So in explaining that to her, understanding the fact that, guess what? You guys cannot comprehend some of the things that I comprehend, and you can't fake it without having some sort of consequence. That's the other thing about the spiritual realm that's very real, when you've had all these fake people, right? And so when they're joking about certain things with religion and all that, and then they just go, oh yeah, we just can keep it moving. Okay, well, yeah, you tried to sell so-and-so like Virgin Mary, or you tried to market this like they were Holy Trinity. At what point did you not think that there's really going to be spiritual consequences to that? That's what's happening now. So whoever doesn't understand that, when the message is right now, no more lawyer presidents, that's why. It's because the maneuvering, right, becomes so built into their psyche, they have actually lost touch with right and wrong, and they don't even realize it. You guys take care.